So since my last blog post, a big part of this project has come together. The first question that I had for myself when starting this project was, will I be able to find a piece of property in downtown Frederick and access it for little to no charge? And the answer is yes, you can do that. You just have to talk to the right people. So luckily, my good friend Adam Lubkin suggested to me months ago that I talk to Kevin Lawler, and so I did. And Kevin is a key player at the Frederick Housing Authority, and he had a vision very similar to mine. So when you're not buying a piece of property and you're leasing it, or you're coming up with an agreement between yourself and another party, it's just important to know what both sides need in order to make it work. So the deal that we made was really simple. I need land, I need a place to grow vegetables, and the Housing Authority has the land, and they need somebody to offer accessible, healthy food to the residents of the Carver community. So we put our heads together, and fortunately that both of those missions were so easily linked. We both wanted basically the same thing. I wanted to be able to help people get access to healthy food and learn how to grow it and kind of take back a little bit of their own independence through doing so. And in offering that, I get almost a half an acre right in the heart of downtown Frederick for free for a period of about 3 years, and then we'll see where it goes from there. So that was the deal we made, and it's pretty exciting. So at this point, I got to get to work, and there's a lot of work to do. The first thing that we need to do is put together an online fundraising campaign to see if we can raise enough money to build some hoop houses and some compost bays. And so that's next, and then it's just a matter of tilling up some soil and planting some seeds. And now I know that it's already May, and some folks have commented that they would be pulling their hair out if they gained access to a piece of property so late in the season. But you got to keep in mind that I wasn't going to do this until 2015. We ended up moving to Frederick sooner than I thought, so this is actually me getting a jump on things, believe it or not. So 2014 will kind of be a soft launch on the farm, and you guys want to see the property? Let's take a walk. So everything up by this tree and these trees I will not have access to. We're going to leave that for the residents to have access to. But the farm is going to work in 3 ways, and I'll show you. It's going to be part farm. We're going to grow vegetables for restaurants downtown to start, and that's what all of this space is going to be dedicated toward. All up along this fence line, along the back fence line, up to close to these cherry trees and over to the fence. That's part 1. Part 2 is going to be community garden. The community garden is going to help the residents of the Carver community understand how to grow food, gain access to healthy food, and just, get outside and be a part of your community and grow some healthy vegetables and have a good time. And this is the community garden space. Now we got a lot of work to do to clean this up. Got a few more boxes to build, but it's a pretty decent sized space to start. So that's step 2. And the third part of the farm is going to be a classroom. So our farm project is going to come up to about the end of this fence line, and this space over here, all the way up to these 2 trees, this is going to be our classroom. I plan on putting a little powwow section over here in the corner so we can sit on some logs cut in half and teach lessons about gardening, and then turn around and have a bunch of beds put in here allocated to different things, different examples of how to grow things in the city. And that's pretty much it. To irrigate the farm, we're going to use these structures that are already existing. We've got this shed right here. We've got this big shed. So depending on what we really have access to, I'd like to get some large 750-gallon water tanks and run them along the back side of that shed and collect as much rainwater as possible, and just run a PVC pipe all the way down there with drip irrigation running off it into the garden beds to just make it simple. So that way we would potentially be free of any sort of city water that we would need to be using. We could hopefully offset the majority of our water. That's the idea. And then over here, I plan on building a series of compost bays between these trees, because it's a little shady back here and there's not too much I can grow back here. But if we put in a large series of compost bays, the restaurants that we're servicing downtown end up with a lot of organic matter. I mean, they're cutting vegetables all day, and a lot of that goes to the landfill. So this will be the first step in beginning to facilitate some sort of compost program downtown. I know the Cafe Nola Farm is doing the same thing, which is great. The more people that can offer restaurants an option for where to send their organic matter, the better. So that's it. That's the big step. That's the thing that's happened. We gained access to this beautiful property in downtown Frederick, and now we got some work to do. So thanks for checking out this blog. Share it. If you haven't told your friends about Farm Frederick, let them know. Share this blog with everybody, please. We will see you soon.